Hello, and welcome to a TUNEsday. That's right, it's bass day. We got the bass, we got fretboard lessons to get to, but before that, how is everyone? Also, I have some new tech and hardware. One piece of hardware I probably should have gotten a long time ago, and it's a converter for my headphones. So normally, hello? Oh, I need a new cable. My cable's not great. Please, there we go. How can I show you? Oh yeah, so it takes this kind of cable and puts it into a normal 3.5 millimeter jack. And my Focusrite, for the entire time I've had it, has had a big plug-in, but I never thought to put get an adapter for it, and I finally have one. And so now I can live monitor my vocal audio, which is awesome. What's also really cool, thank you, Grumpy, for the woo. What's also really cool is I have what I just showed you, this piece. The other end is this piece. And if you know anything about sound equipment, this is an XLR input. So I have a 2i2 Focusrite, so I can plug two devices into my phantom power, basically. And so, but when I plugged it in when I got it last Friday, it gave me a weird feedback. So I want to see if you guys can hear the feedback or if it's just through my feedback. It will also be coming through the microphone. So it'll be the same. There's no separation. It'll all be merged together on the output. So let me know if you guys like this version better, or if you'd rather have it like linked up to the amp. This way, I can also just have the mic at my mouth, so I can talk better. But today's stream will, if you noticed, my chair is back there with my beautiful little cat on it. She's adorable. So I will be standing. I'll be standing by for the majority of this stream until my legs get tired, and then I will sit down again. But it's much easier right now for me to play bass if I'm standing up versus sitting down, because sitting down I have to like fiddle with it and make sure the bass stands upright, or else I'm like weird on the fretboard. But most of stream today will be standing, which will be very interesting. I don't stand much on stream. I would love to have a standing desk, like a height change desk, because I would love to stream standing. Because I move around so much more when I'm standing, because I'm not stationary in a chair. But I'm going to go ahead and plug in the audio equipment, so you won't hear my mic, because I'm going to unplug everything so there's no popping or anything. And you'll hear me in like 4 seconds. Hello? Oh, you can definitely hear that. That little like pop, 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 pop. You can definitely hear that. I wonder, I can turn it down to get rid of it, but then okay, there, it's turned up. Oh my god. Oh, my knee, my old man knees. My goddamn old man knees. Okay, this will be interesting. I have a lot of cables happening. Woo! That's why I need to get a end strap for this. This is twice this has happened. First time with me. So you can only hear me. Okay. Oh, that's good. I'm glad there's no popping sound. That's very good, actually. That's fantastic. So let me turn it up now. You might be able to hear if I turn it up. Put it at neutral. little bit louder? A little bit louder, right? A little bit louder? Or maybe my headphones are also low. Hold on. That's pretty. You can still only hear me. Okay, you should be only hearing me and guitar. It should just be me and guitar. I don't have anything else going. You hear that? Sweet. Yeah, okay. It must be very quiet. Yeah, because it's like a it's like a weird metronome thing. But as long as it doesn't come through, that's perfect. That's perfectly good. That's wonderful. I'm also going to crank my mic up a little bit so you can hear me farther away. Also, I never really... Is this how I sound to you guys? This is incredible. This is fantastic. Although I assume I have effects. There. Oh, much. Oh, my God. Oh. There's a lot of things connected. Let me move this headphone cord away from the bass. Or on the other side of the bass. Oh my God. Oh my God. I am trapped in a making of my own design. Okay, I need to pull head out of ass. Oh my God. What happened? I moved things for 2 seconds. And now it's all crazy. Okay. Headphones off. Then bass. Thank you. Oh my God, my hair. I have long hair. Long hair and straps, not good. Long hair and strap on, not as bad. Now I have to like gesticulate with my hands because you can't see my face. There's a lot of hand stuff. Oh, well, this isn't great either. Hold on. That's much better. There we go. Also, wow, I'm actually very loud. Okay, so first off, one of the first things I learned, when did I jam? I jammed on Friday, 4th of July. And I was there with most of the members of Standing By, which is wonderful. And we're at my friend Guffey's house, and he has in his basement, he has a full music room, which is very nice. It's like mostly soundproof, but it was very nice. So I learned this little ditty afterwards. So it goes. Such a fun little, ooh, such a little, ooh. But then I also have this. Is this as loud? Can I make it any louder? I'm gonna make it a little bit louder. How about this? Headphones, 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 headphones. Headphones cooperate. Headphones. Headphones. Cool. Stop it. Oh wow, that's horrific. Why is it doing that? Did it do that because headphones? Wow, I did not notice how bad this cable was. I don't know what happened. Is the guitar too loud? Because now I'm getting like... There we go. I was getting weird feedback. It was cutting my mic out on my monitor. Which I'm glad I have this now so I can tell if it's doing that. That's plenty loud enough. And so then today, one of my coworkers is trying to help me flush out that first chord that I was doing. So I think he wanted it to go... something like that. Or maybe it was... because it was 9, then 7. Because 3, 5, 6, 7. So maybe it was... no. Something like that. Once I know my music theory and stuff, I'll be better. But one of the videos I have queued up for us. Oh my goodness. I don't know where my head goes for my whatever this is called. This lovely. But I need to make sure I keep track of where my fretboard goes, because that's the stuff. Oh, there we go. How to find... Actually, hold on.
These drum kits are what I'm gonna...
Oh, you're definitely gonna hear feedback, because my mic's so loud. Let me... Oh, that was the bass. Oh my god. No, that's much better. Okay, let me tell you... do you guys hear... Wait, it's an ad. Hold on. Oh, it's for reverb. That's...
gonna be selling on reverb.
Can you hear that?
This is a Blink drum kit. I think it was used around
You hear this twice?
the Neighborhood era of Blink 182.
Welcome, I'm Josh with Bass Buzz.
You can hear it? Okay. What if I just mute desktop audio? Here we go. Well, let me just mute headphones. Is that terrible? Is that horrific? It's because I'm using the only cable I have. Well, no, that's... Oh, wait, that's really short. I don't think I'd be able to do that one.
To an F chord, to a G chord.
You can hear it, but quieter? Okay. Yeah, I could turn... Here, hold on. How about that? Can you... Is it really quiet now? So I'm trying to get it... Because I can hear it if I just, pop a headphone out. How's that? Yeah. Really quieter? Okay. I will overlay it with the regular audio.
In this lesson, we're focusing on the first 4 frets only.
Okay.
And
oh my god,
hold on.
Reverse,
because that's what we bass players really... Welcome, I'm Josh with Bass Buzz.
This is Josh.
Learning your bass fretboard notes can feel totally overwhelming. But what if you're jamming with a guitarist, and then they say, I'm playing a C chord, to an F chord, to a G chord, back to F.
Yeah, see, he says this, and I have no idea what he's talking about.
How are you supposed to know where to find the right notes? I'm going to give you an easy way to get started with understanding your fretboard so that you can handle situations like this and more. Let's do it.
Let's do it. Thank you, Josh from Bass Buzz.
A bass teacher will usually show you a chart that looks like this.
Horrifying.
And then your brain explodes and you die.
Yep. Every time.
Instead of hitting you with all that at once, let's skip the theory that you don't need right now and focus on the notes that really matter, the money notes.
Give me the money notes. Funky ass P bass.
In this lesson, we're focusing on the first 4 frets only, and they're called the money notes because that's what we bass players really get paid to play. I'm not making any money right now. Yes, learning the rest of the neck matters too, but you can play most bass lines in this area.
Okay.
And knowing these notes means you'll be able to survive at jam sessions when people are calling out chords at you. And we're actually going to do that together later, but first we're going to go through 4 steps to get you jam ready. The English alphabet has 26 letters, but the musical alphabet only has 12 notes, so this should be easy, right?
Nope.
The best way to visualize the musical alphabet is on a piano keyboard. So there are 12 notes, 7 on the white keys and 5 on the black keys. We name the white key notes with letter names A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and then we loop around back to A, and we would just keep looping from there. So as we go up to higher sounding notes, we go forwards through the alphabet, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A, and as we go down to lower sounding notes, we go reverse through the alphabet.
A, G, F, E, D, C, A, B, A, I can't.
Easy enough, right? But what do we do about these black keys? We already used up the letter names on the white keys, so we're going to use a concept called sharps and flats to help us move those letter names around. So if I go to
the one before A is A sharp, the one after it's
if I want to raise that D to the next note, I'm going to call it D sharp, which looks like a little hashtag. And if I want to lower that D to the next black key, I'm going to call it D flat, which looks like a little letter B. So sharp raises the note, flat lowers the note. Or if we go to a G on the piano, same thing. If I go up from the G, I get G sharp. If I go back to G and then go down, I get G flat. Sharp raises, flat lowers. Here's the part that confuses people sometimes. That means that each black key can have two names, okay? So if we go back to that note that we called D flat earlier, so we go to D, we lower the D, that gives us D flat. But what if we went to C and then raised the C? Then that same key would be called C sharp.
Yeah.
So that key right there can be D flat
They're
or C sharp. If we think of it as lowering a D, it's D flat. If we think of it as raising a C, it's C sharp.
Needs it.
Two
They'll be
names,
right there.
one note. So let's go through the alphabet from the beginning. So we'll start on A, then we go up to the black key, so that's going to be called A sharp, and then we go to the next white key, which is B, the next letter in the alphabet, and then what are we going to do? There's no black key between these two notes, right? So that next note is just C, so there's no black key between B and C. So we keep going,
B sharp.
C, raise that to C sharp, then we're on D, then raise that to D sharp, and then we're on E, and now again, no black key,
F
so
sharp,
we end up going straight
G
to the
sharp.
next letter, which is F. So these two
H
spots
sharp,
are very important because there are no black keys
It's weird to
here
just use
between
my
B and
hands.
C and between E and F. Otherwise, this alphabet is symmetrical. So you can remember that there are no black keys between these particular notes because they really like each other and they wanted to stay extra friendly and buddied close. E to F,
B to C.
extra
Very
friendly
funny.
and buddied.
With Chewy,
No, Chewy. Oh, I realize you can't see the video. Hold on.
and eats fast too, so he needs kibble.
Also, the ads are so ugh. No ads. If you don't want ads on the stream, on this stream here, sub for no ads. Thank you for the music notes. Let's get this little window on. Ba 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 ba
with a unique.
Close.
Skip the
Mnemonic device.
ad.
Let's put that all together and then we'll actually start checking it out on the bass. So do this with me. I'm going to go slow so you can say your answers before I say them and you kind of test yourself that way because this is really important, okay? So we start on A and then if we raise A to that black key, it's called A sharp, right?
sharp,
Sharps raise the note.
C,
Next white key is the
D,
next letter in the alphabet,
sharp?
which is B. And then what do? We go straight to the next letter because there's no black key. So that's C. Then we raise C to C sharp. And then next white key is D. Raise the D to D sharp. Next white key is E. Then what's the next key? It's another white key, so it's another letter, which is F. Then we raise the F to F sharp. Then we're on G, and then we raise the G. What do we get? G sharp. And then what's next? We loop through the alphabet, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, back to A. Okay, well, let's do the same thing in reverse. Now we're going to think about lowering the notes instead of raising them. So we're up on that higher A. We're going to lower it to that black key. What's that going to be called? A flat, right? Flat is when you lower a note. And then we're on the next white key, which will be G, and then we lower that to G flat. And then we're on the next letter, which is F, right? We're going reverse alphabetical because we're going to lower notes. Now what happens? There's no black key, so we go straight from F to E because they're extra friendly, F to E, E to F. And then we're on E, we lower the E, we're on E flat, and then the next white key is D. What happens if
You
we
see,
lower D?
I'm getting none of this. This is not sinking in because I don't know piano.
And then what happens?
I've touched
We
a
go
piano
straight to
like
B
once
because
in
we're
my
close
life.
buddied close. Mnemonic device. Okay, so we're on B. We lower
is
the
something
B.
I will have to
What do we
learn
get? We get a B flat.
at work.
And then we're back to A, where we started. Nice work.
Just,
now
like,
would be
write
a
it
good
out in
time to
between
click
jobs.
subscribe and then click the bell so that you get notified.
Don't
Don't
subscribe here.
We just learned and actually
Subscribe
applied
here,
to
not
bass.
not him. Don't. But actually, you probably should if you want to
Find
learn
your bass fretboard
bass because he's
notes.
really good.
First, you need to know the names of your open strings.
What
The
the
standard way to tune a
Open
bass
strings
is
are E, A, D, G. I remember that with everywhere, anywhere, dog, or anywhere, everywhere,
And D, and then G,
all the time.
A,
It's one word. Don't worry about it. Dog
If
good.
you want to remember
Everywhere,
this with
all
another
time,
silly
dog good.
mnemonic device, all you have to do
Or
is
everywhere,
remember
always,
to
dog
eat
good.
and drink grapes. Let's see if you've really got that. I'm going to play and point to the strings and you tell me the names. Okay, how about this one?
E.
Did you say it out loud. I'm waiting.
I said E.
E string, right? Okay, how about this?
A
That's
or
the D, E,
G.
and
Oh,
drink.
he's
Okay,
strumming this
how about
one.
the smallest one that's furthest away from you? G string. Eat and drink grapes. And what's left? Process of elimination tells you this is the A string. Okay, let's do that again, but faster. Tell me as fast as you can. This string, go. G string, this string, E string, this string, D string, this string, A string. Great, you're certified in your open strings knowledge.
Nice. I know my open strings.
Back to the money notes. We're going to take a break from sharps and flats and just find the naturals, the plain letter names, in our money zone, which is the first 4 frets.
Yeah, give me the main
So remember,
ones.
on piano, the smallest distance we can travel is 1 piano key. So if we're on A, the next closest note above that is A sharp, and then the next closest note above that is B.
So what I'm seeing, hold on, go away, Captain. What I'm seeing, so bass has E, A, D, G. I'm noticing on the keyboard, E is 2 spaces from A, and D is 2 spaces from G. I don't know what that means, but I noticed that, and I think that's improvement. Probably. D sharp is what happens when I stick my. I think that is actually an H trip, hospital trip. Not fun. Do not recommend putting your Weenor in the pencil sharpener. It will not sharpen your Weenor. It will remove your Weenor. Do not recommend. Let's see if I learned anything.
Next one is C, so the smallest distance we can move is 1 piano key. That's the same distance that you travel by moving 1 fret on your bass. So if I play an open A string and I go up 1 fret to the first fret, I'm on an A sharp. If I go up another fret, that's just like.
Oh wait, hold on. I gotta rewind. I actually gotta listen to this part.
A sharp, and then the next closest note above that is B. Next one is C. So the smallest distance we can move is 1 piano key. That's the same distance that you travel by moving 1 fret on your bass. So if I play an open A string and I go up 1 fret to the first fret, I'm on an A sharp.
I should probably follow
If I go up
along
another
too.
fret, that's just I go up that you travel by moving 1 fret on your bass. So if I play an open A string and I go up 1 fret to the first fret, I'm on an A sharp. If I go up another fret, that's just like moving up another piano key, and I'm on a B. And if we go again, we go straight to C because there's no black key there. So the only difference is that you can't see the white and black keys on the bass, but 1 fret.
So wait, go through that one more
equals
time.
That's the same distance that you travel by moving 1 fret on your bass. So if I play an open A string and I go up 1 fret to the first fret, I'm on an A sharp.
A sharp.
If I go up another fret, that's just like moving up another piano key.
Okay. So I'll put my fretboard down here so you can see it. So A, first fret, A sharp. Second fret, B. Wrong one. So B, and then C. Hey, thank you, Grumpy, for the tier 1 sub to Sunny Girl Linkali. Very nice. Thank you. Wonderful. We love to see the shared love in the community. Thank you so much. I'm now at 5 subs. I'm halfway to my 10 sub goal. My 10 sub goal was just numbers. Also, I have on, because I'll be standing, I have on my cute little pink slippers. They're adorable. Also, don't look at my toes. My toes are paywalled eventually. Okay, so I got a pretty good idea.
And if we go again, we go straight to C because there's no black key there. So the only difference is that you can't see the white and black keys on the bass, but 1 fret equals 1 piano key of movement. So we're going to try to memorize 3 natural notes per string, and that'll give you the starting point you need to be able to find any note in a jam session situation. So our 3 notes on the E string are E, F, and G. E is the open string, you already know
Say it
that
one more time.
On the works on the bass, but 1 fret equals 1 piano key of movement.
1 fret
So we're going to
equals
try to
1
memorize 3
piano key.
natural notes per string, and that'll give you the starting point you need to be able to find any note in a jam session situation. So our 3 notes on the E string are E, F, and G. E is the open string, you already know that one. And then our F is on the first fret because they're extra friendly, so they're right next to each other, E and F. And then we go to the 3rd fret for G because there is a black key between F and G. We just can't see it because they're invisible on the bass. So E, open string, F, 1st fret, G on the 3rd fret. Okay, pop quiz. What's the name of the note on the 3rd fret? It's a G, right? What about the open string? It's E, and the 1st fret is F. E, F, G. Okay, let's move to the A string. Now we're going to learn A, B, and C. So our open string is A, and then for B we go to the 2nd fret, and then for C we go to the 3rd fret. Those are right next to each other, right? Buddied close, no black keys.
Oh my god.
A, open.
This is the problem I have with YouTube videos is I constantly, after every thing he tells me, I need to practice it like 10 times. So for the E string, it's E, F, G. Let me see if I can hear that. Good. Oh, that does sound tasty. Ooh, wait a minute. Oh, I did not notice the 1st fret. I did not notice 1st fret lovelies because it's such a subtle dip. That's tasty. That's so tasty. And then for E, it's A for A, it's A, B, C. So remember my fingies. Ooh, that is. Okay.
String, B on the 2nd fret, C on the 3rd fret. Okay, pop quiz. What's the 2nd fret of the A string called?
D.
B, right? Because it's one black key away. So we got A, then a black key, and then B, which is the next white key. And then where's C? Right there on the 3rd fret, right next to B. Okay, let's do a little quiz on what we got so far. So what are the 3 notes on the E string? We've got the open, E, and then our next note is F. And where is that?
And G.
1st fret. And then the next note is G, which is on the
every
3rd
friendly.
Fret. Okay, I know it might seem a little silly to answer these questions out loud when you're just talking at your screen, but it's really helpful.
Friendly.
And it's important to make sure that you know these on your own without me just telling you the answers.
Enjoy.
Okay, so
friendly.
E, F, G on the E string, and then what about the A string? The open string is A, we know that. Okay, where's B?
My love sack couch.
I don't want to hear about this man's love sack. Oh god.
It's on the 2nd
my
fret,
god.
Right? And then where's C? 3rd fret. So open E, 1st fret F, 3rd fret G, open A, 2nd fret B, 3rd fret C. D string time. We're gonna have D, E, and F on this string. So D is the open string.
D, E, F. We got D, E, F in the bass line.
Because we got to skip over the black key that's between D and E. And then F will be, where do you think it's gonna be? 3rd fret or 4th fret? It's gonna be on the 3rd
my god,
fret
you're gonna want to.
those 2 notes.
I'm gonna need you to stop you there. Okay, we're on the D, the D string. So there's a 3rd string from the top if you're holding it a guitar correctly. So we got open string D, 2nd fret E, 3rd fret F. So that is tasty. So all together, right now we have E, F, G, A, B, C. I know my ABCs. E, F, G, A, B, C, D, E, F. So it should sound something like this. I love that E. Those E notes are delicious. That's just so beautiful. In the A one, so far E and A are my favorites because of the bassy low tones, and that's what I really like. But my next purchase should be a pedal. I'm probably gonna get either a compressor pedal or a wah pedal because the wah gives you like that funky jazz sounds. And even though I got a P bass, it's a P bass. It's not a jazz bass. I wanted a P bass because it's a one-trick pony, but every trick it does is delicious. And a jazz bass is like kind of more versatile, but that felt way more confusing. So I went with P bass, and it's pretty based. Actually, it stands for precision, and precision was like the first mainstream branded guitar, I believe, from Fender. I think it was a precision, and so it's just called a P bass, and the other one's a jazz bass because they made it for jazz music later on. It's not as good. Well, saying not as good is not correct. It's different. It suits different roles, but it can also play the same roles. But the P bass is just more tuned for specifically just like old school bass. I believe.
Notes are extra friendly, so there's no black key between them. D, E, F, open string, E on the 2nd fret, F on the 3rd fret. And let's move right to the G string, which is going to be G, A, B. So G is the open string, and then A will be on the 2nd fret, and B will be up on the 4th fret. It's our first 4th fret note. Okay? So G, 2nd fret is A, 4th fret is B. Okay, I'm going to test you on those now because this is the foundation of being able to find notes for a jam session or just for playing a bass line. Okay, so first let's go through them in order the way we just learned them together. So first is the E string. What are the 3 notes on that string? E, and then F, and then what? G. And those are on the open string. 1st fret is F, and then G is on the 3rd fret. Okay, so next string over from E is A, right? Eat and drink grapes. So open A, and then what are the other notes on that string? A, B, and C, right? We're just going sequentially through the alphabet. So A is on the open string.
Hey, Lucian! Oh, Lucian Blaze! Thank you for the tier 1 sub. Sub for 35 months. That's incredible. Thank you so much. Hold on. Oh, my man knees. My old man knees. Thank you so much. That was very nice of you. Thank you. Yeah, I'm learning the money notes on the fretboard for my bass. So right now, I don't read it here. Hold on, let me roll it back to when he had the full thing open. So, that's so much. Without him walking me through it, I'd be like, what is this? This is a lot. But it's actually quite simple. So I got my first ones, which is E, F, G, and it's tasty. I'm telling you, it's tasty. So you got E, F, G, and together that sounds like this. Not like that. And it's so delicious. And then you're followed up by the tasty A string. So tasty. And then the D string, so we got D, E, F. And then the G string's got to be weird, and it goes G, A, B, all the way down here on fret 4. Okay, I'm going to maybe stand back up. We'll find out. Oh, my knees. Oh, my goodness. But yes, welcome, Lucian, to the torso stream. Because I want to stand for bass, because it's just easier. I need to also put a wide stance and stop resting on my one hip side, because that's starting to hurt a lot. Because I'm doing that a lot at work. Okay, so he's going to go through it, and we're going to recap.
B. Okay, I'm going to test you on those now because this is the foundation of being able to find notes for a jam session or just for playing a bass line. Okay, so first let's go through them in order the way we just learned them together. So first is the E string. What are the 3 notes on that string? E, and then
E,
F, and then what? G. And those are on the open string. 1st fret is F, and then G is on the 3rd fret. Okay, so next string over from E is
A,
right?
B, C.
So open A, and then what are the other notes on that string? A, B, and C, right? We're just going sequentially through the alphabet. So A is on the open string. Where's the B? 2nd fret. And where's the C?
3rd fret.
Okay, so E, F, G, A, B, C. Now what are the 3 notes on the D string? D, E, F, right? Just continuing through the alphabet. So D is the open string, and then where's the E? 2nd fret, and where's the F? 3rd fret. Nice. And last, what's the name of our last string? Eat and drink grapes. It's the G string. Okay, and what are our notes on the G string? G, A, and B, right? Cycling through the alphabet. G, we finish, we loop
next
around
one,
back to A,
and then down
and then B.
here.
Okay,
Wait,
so where's the A?
G.
2nd fret. And then where's the B? 4th fret. Great. Okay, final test. I'm going to go in random order. You're going to call these out to me when I ask you questions. Okay, so where is the C on the A string? 3rd fret, right? A, B, C. Okay, how about an F on the E string? 1st fret.
Okay. Stopping you there, sir. Stopping you there. I'm going to go over. I'm also going to roll back so I can see the list, but I'm going to just probably for a little while go over all of the beginning stuff. Okay, you can like, there we go. We can do that. So we're going to go over all of it just to, so I can get it hammered in. So we got A, B. I'm on the right. Okay, I'm in the right strings. A, B, C, D, E, F. That's what they're putting in the government. D, E, F. And then I need to remember to use both of my pointer fingers. Both of my fingers. Have fun. Okay, thank you for hopping in. That was very nice of you. Thank you again for the sub. Hope you have a good night, a lovely Tuesday night. And I'll see you when you hop back in. But thank you so much. But yeah, I'm gonna be drilling this for a while. Wrong key. Or string. So I'm trying to work on wobbling my G key, but I have to go the other direction. Because normally, if I'm like shaking the E chord on like on a G, easy, and then on A on a C, easy, and then still pretty easy on an F. It's a little harder because it's not as big of a string, and then G. I guess technically A is just annoying because I have to go up. I can still do it kind of, but it's a different direction. So see, if I keep trying to go down, but I go off the fretboard. So awesome.
Great. Okay, final test. I'm going to go in random
I plan
order.
on just
You're
going
gonna
maybe
call these
for
out to me when I
about.
ask you questions.
Wait, has it been an hour already? Oh my god, it's almost been an hour. Holy shit. So I started at like 6:30. So yeah, probably around.
A, B, C.
Once I
Okay,
get through
how
this
about
video,
an
that'll
F
probably be
on
the.
the E string. 1st fret.
I'm not gonna work on
so I'm
memorizing.
the
I will
4th fret of
memorize
the
it
G
once I'm able to
string.
write
What's
it
the
down.
name of that note? G, A, B. Yes. Okay, what about the 2nd fret on the D string? It's an E.
It's an E.
And let's see, how about find me a G on the E string?
G on the E string.
Right?
Okay, don't speak. Oh well, he showed me already.
Awesome. So why are we stopping at 3 naturals per string? Why don't we do 4? Well, check it out. So we go E, F, G on the E string. The next natural note would be the A on the 5th fret, but that's the same note as our open A string.
Oh,
same thing
what?
If we keep going, we go
So
A,
if I'm
B,
on the
C
5th fret,
on the A string, right? And then we would go to D, would be the next natural note, which would be on the 5th
that's
fret.
not the.
But
That's
that's
not
the same
correct.
note as the open D string. And if we keep going, D, E, F on
probably
the D
just need to
string,
tune it.
next natural note on that string would be
Thank
G
you,
on the
Grumpy.
5th fret, but that's the same
We're
note
both
as the
learning.
open G string. So the 5th
I mean-
fret of
I
the
mean-
E string is the
I
same
mean-
as the open.
I mean, if you want to get like a guitar, or I guess any instrument, if you play any instrument, we could jam. We could always jam together sometime. I stretch out invitations to some other friends who aren't in a band and can jam whenever, and I don't have like gigs coming up and stuff. But I'll probably also be working on jamming with a bunch of standing by guys, just because I know them. They're very nice, very sweet. Alex Arola knows so much about music. He was a bassist in one of his other bands he was in. He does like most of the instructing for standing by, which is very nice, and he's very sweet. And when I was jamming, he was pretty laid back about it. But yeah, if you get funky with
and
an
fifth fret of the
instrument,
D is the same as the open G. So you've already got those notes in your bag, so you don't need to memorize them now unless you want an extra challenge.
Hello, Mark Barden here from Sandy Hook Promise. On December 14th, 2012.
what the hell are you talking about? I don't care. Don't sign petitions from an ad.
All right, time to fill in the gaps and put the rest of those money notes in your wallet. Okay, so remember on the piano keyboard how we got to the sharps and flats?
Yeah.
We start on a letter name like G, and if we raise G, then we get to G sharp. And if we lower G, then we get to G flat, and that's by moving one piano key in either direction. One piano key up is G sharp, one piano key down is G flat. It's the exact same thing on bass. So find me a G on the E string. Where is that? 3rd fret, right? Okay, so we're gonna do the same thing we did on the piano. If we go up 1 fret, then we get a G sharp. If we go back to G on the 3rd fret,
we got an ad coming up in 10 minutes.
We get a G flat.
10 minutes.
And that's it. That's all you have to do. So using the naturals that you started memorizing, E, F, G, A, B, C,
Actually, top of the hour ad break. No, top of the half hour ad break.
B, you can find any note in the first 4 frets using this method. So what if we find a B on the A string? Where is that? 2nd fret, right? Okay. So what if we want a B flat? Then we just go down a fret, right? Okay, so we go back to B on the 2nd fret. What if we go up from B? Then we're on C, right? It's not B sharp because those notes are buddied close. E to F, B to C, extra friendly.
Okay, well this will make reading
no keys there. Okay, last thing we're gonna do before we jam together is I'm gonna test you on finding the sharps and flats in the money zone. Okay, so first find me an A on the G string. 2nd fret, right? Now what if you want an A sharp? Where would you go? Up to the 3rd fret, right? So A sharp's on the 3rd fret. What if we want an A flat? We go to the 1st fret. Okay, another one. How about find me an F on the D string? 3rd fret, right? Okay, now find me an F sharp. Where'd you go? Up a fret to the 4th fret.
Wrong direction.
Okay, back to F on the 3rd fret. Now find me an F flat. Wait, there is no F flat,
it's
Josh.
E.
That's right. Because
It's the
E to F,
E.
F to E, B to C, C to B. There are no black keys. They're extra friendly and they're buddied close. Okay, one more. Find me a B on the A string, 2nd fret, and now find me a B flat.
Boss.
1st fret. Nice. Okay, one more. So find me a G sharp on the E string. Now, we might not have G sharp memorized at this point, but we know G, right? Where's the G? 3rd fret of the E string. Now, what do we do to get to G sharp? We just go up a fret to the 4th fret, and that's your G sharp. Great, you are ready to jam. Let's do this. So I'm going to play C, F, and G chords. It's going to sound like this. Just listen for now.
So E, F, and G.
Even though the guitar player is playing chords, on bass we usually follow along just by playing one note at a time. So we just need to find a C, an F, and a G, and we'll be all set to jam with this progression. So where can we find a C in our money zone? This is one of the notes we talked about, right?
A, B,
so
C.
if I just go through sequentially,
3rd fret.
E, F, G, A, B, C. There's a C. I found one on the 3rd fret of the A string. Okay, so I got C, and now I need an F. Where's an F? We just found one, right? 1st fret of the E string. But there was another F in our money zone. Do you remember where that was? E, F, G, A, B, C, D, E, F. There it is, 3rd fret of the D string. So, if you're a beginner and you're not sure which one of these Fs you should play, just pick the lower one. That's always the safest choice as a bass player, is pick the lower note. Okay, so we've got our C on the 3rd fret of the A string, and our F on the 1st fret of the E string. Now we need a G. where can we find a G? There are 2 Gs in our money zone. Do you remember where both of those are? First one is the 3rd fret of the E string, but we also have the open G string. So we got 2 different Gs to pick from. Again, because we want to play it safe, we're going to pick the lower sounding one, which is the 3rd fret of the E string. So altogether, our 3 notes, we got C on the 3rd fret of the A string, F on the 1st fret of the E string, and G on the 3rd fret of the E string. Okay, let's jam. So just play 1 note per bar. I'll call out the chords to you before they change, and you'll get it after a couple passes.
Before he does that, I need to memorize the notes he just gave me. So he gave me C. Now that's open. That's open E. C. C chord. It's a C chord. And then F. And then G. So if I mess around a little bit. And I can, it's kind of fun. It's probably not the correct way to do it at all, but oh god, I'll try and point this. Oh, I could stand like this. I could definitely have stood like this the entire time, and then you can see where my fingies are in the fretboard. So again, he wants E or C, C, F, G. So what's nice is I can kind of, since I'm not, I don't know, I might be playing, but like on E while I'm on A, but I can go like I can hold G and C at the same time. But that sounds like terrible when I play it together, but oh, I also got to get better at learning to mute my notes as well. I'm not good at that, because I still need to I need to do like half an hour of practice for a week of either just and getting this rhythm beaten into my fucking head, so my strumming fingers are trained, and then like another week where a half hour I'm just like not even plucking, I'm just going like on the, for example, the one he just gave me, going C, F, G, C, F, G. That way I'm learning. It'll be nice to be able to cover all the money notes, because then I can go down the whole thing and memorize it super quick. But probably for a week straight I'll have to do, and then another week I'm gonna just be on the fretboard. I could even be on the fretboard and like that's a terrible idea. No, I'll just do silent practice, which is great because then I don't have to make noise. Okay, I'm gonna attempt to jam with him, and then that'll probably be the end of my hour-long practice sesh.
And I'll even join you on bass over in the alternate universe to help you get started.
What?
Ready? Here we go. 1, 2, starting on C. Going to F. Going to G. G. Back to F. F. Going back to C. C. Back to F. F. Go to G. G. Then F. Then same thing again.
Oh, well, it's the moment he stops telling me, I will forget. Although I guess he is showing me on that one, so I'm gonna...
Back to F, F, go to G, G, then F, then same thing again.
Okay, I'm not gonna be able to figure out where his finger movement is impeccable. And he has a bit of the claw style. I guess he has smaller hands, I think, than I do. Because my hands, like if I lay... Hold on. I'll probably just practice this later. I'll have to write down this note so I know what it is. But which I was very excited when I learned this. One of the common mistakes that like new bass players do is like when they switch chords, they're like here. But I've already, like, it's so comfortable. It's probably because I'm, good at handling things with my hands, maybe. But I like immediately my hands like rested here, and then when I'm moving, I'm more like I come out like here. If I tilt, I come out a little bit, but like if I'm going from like F, G, C, F, G, C, my hands aren't moving a whole lot, which I was very, very happy with when I figured that out. I was so happy that I learned that I have at least one thing that I don't have to work on. I was like, yay, I don't have to work on my fucking fret hand placement. I just gotta remember where my frets are, where all my notes are, but I at least know. Let's see if I can go through it. E, F, G, A, B, C, D, E, F, and whatever those ones were. So I remembered the first two sets. So E, F, G, A, B, C, D, F, G, A, B, C. Sweet. So I at least memorized those two. That's nice. Okay, I'm gonna unbass real quick. This might be terrifying. Oh god. Oh gosh. Okay. Oh, I'm down here now. Hi. Hide window capture. There we go. That was a lot of fun, actually. Oh my god. I'll probably be running to Dietz again soon to get some well, I probably just order the cables off Amazon, honestly. I don't need to go to Dietz for every little thing. Go to Dietz for the big things. Don't go to Dietz for, like, small things. I went to Dietz for... She is still sitting. I went to Dietz last Friday? Yeah, Friday, maybe. I think it was either Friday or no, it was Saturday. Saturday I went and got my stuff. So I was hanging out with Lucian. It's very nice. The real frets were the frets we made along the way. That is 100% true. But yeah, I'm probably gonna order a couple new cables. Maybe even like a good one thing I really want to get. Alex has one. I think DJ has one as well. Where normally here, hold on, this is gonna get loud. Maybe not. So like all these cables that you saw me fiddling with in the beginning, and I almost died. You can get wireless ones, and Alex and DJ have one. And at the house show last night, Alex was playing and then just left the whole band and sat down and was still playing guitar. Yeah, if you don't like ads, consider subscribing. Do that. Do that. Plug your free Twitch Prime sub into the channel, and you'll have no ads. And it's free. It's super free. If you have a Amazon Prime account, use your Twitch Prime. It's free. Otherwise, my headphones are actively dying. I'm gonna wrap up real quick. Tomorrow we'll having normal stream. We're gonna do some horror games. We might do some bass practice afterwards. Who knows? I almost ruined TUNEsday because I almost left my bass at work. Thankfully, one of our bosses. Oh my god, Grumpy Slacks! Thank you again for another tier 1 sub to Newtoid Leon. I'm gonna call you Newt. Thank you for gifting a sub to Newt. You've gifted how many subs? Yeah, 2 total subs. Thank you so much. Thank you. Now, Newt doesn't have to watch ads. The blanks. Don't look at me. Don't look at me. Don't look at my blank. Don't look at my stare, because I was once I'm concentrating, I lose all power over my face. My face just goes to RSB. Oh, okay. We're sitting down now. We're sitting down. Sitting down is much easier. I love that my mic comes all the way down here too. That's like incredible. Oh, it's not plugged in. I'm gonna plug it in. Thank you guys so much for hanging out. I loved learning my bass fretboard money notes with you guys. That was actually a lot of fun. I'm finding practicing this stuff on stream is really, really nice. Don't fall. It's really, really nice because there's not the same pressure as being in a room with other people. Because then I'm like, oh, people are actually looking at me and I can see them looking at me. Then I get nervous. Stop falling. Stop it. You're not allowed to fall. But doing it on stream is so much easier and I'm much more relaxed because I'm goofing off alone in my house. There's no pressure at all. You guys are still looking at me, but I can't see you looking at me. I just see a camera. That was a good stream. Really satisfying. I'm sorry. Yeah, I burn out quick on practice because I'm trying to do a lot right now and I'm trying to not burn myself out. But they will probably eventually, once I nail down like the basics, streams will probably get longer for TUNEsdays just because I'll be like throwing up music and stuff to jam to and just having a good time. But right now, my brain is a little overloaded. I need to go have some food and maybe have a little drinky drink. Such a shame we aren't getting another stream for it. You're getting a stream tomorrow! You're getting a stream tomorrow, but it's just not music. You'll have the dulcet musical tones of me going, ah! to horror games, which honestly, just as fun. But yeah, I'll be streaming tomorrow at 6. Holy shit! 2 streams? We got 2 streams from SynthWolfes? Is the world ending? It kind of almost is. Okay, my headphones are actually really yelling at me. Thank you guys so much for hanging out while I play bass and learn how to play bass. This is very helpful and it helps me stay committed to learning bass as well. So not only am I having to keep myself accountable, you guys also have to keep me accountable. You guys gotta yell at me if I try to postpone on TUNEsday stream for anything that isn't important. You gotta yell at me, okay? Kind of makes me want to pick up an instrument. Hey, instruments are great. If you want, you gave us like a ukulele, didn't you? You can get a bass ukulele. They have B-ukes. I don't think I. Yeah, I think it's called bass ukuleles. It is instrumental. But you could also learn vocals. You could learn shakers, even shakers, and like the tambourine. Tambourine's also very good. Love a percussion instrument. Clackers are also nice. Anything that sets a beat, honestly. You could even, crazy thought, even just bring pots and pans and 2 sticks. That's drums. That is drums. But yeah, if you get your hands on table banging, okay. That's getting out of the. That's not music now. That's something else. I can't talk about that on stream. But on my only, I'm kidding. I do not look for it. But yeah, if you want to pick up any instrument or just fuck around with some pots and pans, let me know. I'll come over. Well, we can hang out. We can go jam somewhere. We could have Alexandra come down. I'm sure she over the weekend we were jamming with her ukulele, and she was learning some running over some like notes she had. Okay. Thank you guys so much for hanging out on stream. That was very, very nice. It kept me accountable. You guys are wonderful. Thank you, Grumpy Slacks, for the 2 gifted subs. That's very generous of you. Thank you so much. And I will see you guys tomorrow at 6. Remember to drink water, go outside, and love yourself because you matter. You always matter. No matter what anybody says, you matter. You at least matter to me. And I hope that's important because I love you guys. And you guys are awesome. And it's the reason why I still stream. If it wasn't for fans, I probably would have stopped streaming a long time ago. All right, thank you guys so much for hanging out. I'm going to clamber up to my table to hit the button. Oh, I'm trapped by cables. I'm so trapped by cables. Thank you guys so much. Bye-bye. Bye.